Hello and welcome back. Today's episode is going to be different, special even. The reason for this isn't my sudden decision of starting making higher quality content, no. But more so because events of this mod I decided making video on kept breaking my game. And making uncut version of gameplay was pretty much impossible at this point. Editing was a bother, so I hope you appreciate it for what it is and forgive small misclippings that it might have. Without further ado, we grab our companions and head straight into the adventures.
As my lady commands.
Bishop spawned again, at the tavern, after a few hours, and suddenly being nicer. My lady gives me some serious negbirdish vibes, but I'll take my lady over princess in pet names any day, so we're good. I wasn't sure where we were supposed to go. I only knew for sure there was supposed to be a ball in Solitude, so we headed straight there. And here we found our new character immediately, Casavir. Not sure if something was supposed to happen there before the interaction, but we just go with this.
Never cared for this place. Bunch of stuffy politicians and nobles.
Forgive me for intruding, my lady, but I believe you're whom I'm looking for. Are you the Dragonborn?
Seems like my lady is going to be more permanent theme than I originally thought.
My lady, my name is Casavir. I have been searching for the Dragonborn for some time now, in hopes of aiding you in your journey to keep the dragons at bay. I would like to offer my assistance.
Casavir seems nicer than Bishop already.
Oh, that is just great if it isn't everyone's favorite white knight. I was not expecting to run into you here, but the irony of it all definitely suits you.
I merely wish to assist her, much as I imagine you are doing now, Bishop.
She doesn't need you. Go help someone who wants your holy righteousness. It's not wanted here.
At least with me, her moral aptitude wouldn't plummet to the flaming depths of oblivion.
This conversation felt pretty boring, so I decided to pet a dog in the meantime.
You think a little
I would
too
still
highly
hear
of
the
yourself,
convo,
Paladin.
so I thought no
With
harm
you
done
along,
there.
She'd get so
Oh
bored
me,
she'd sprint and
sweet
dive head
summer
first into those
child.
flames. Anything to make her feel alive again.
You know you can afford a septim or two.
Yep, the game bugged. Casavir wouldn't have interactable dialogue to continue the event. Now it did continue, but something was amiss. Where the fuck is Bishop? What the hell is going on here?
Hold your tongue, Bishop. Do not speak of her that way.
And there we see how much dialogue Casavir has. Wow. Oh, never mind, there he is. We skipped a lot of probably important dialogue, so...
I'm bored. Let's play a game.
Oh, me too, kid. Me too.
It must be like that 100th lust-filled liquor boots maniac that's quoted that phrase to me. Funny though, literally the same thing I told her about you. That you're not to be trusted. I told her you're not half the saint you pretend to be. You're the worst kind of liar, Casavir. You want so badly for people to accept the image you present that you convince your own self it's the truth. Tell me, when you look in a mirror, what
boring.
do you see? I bet you've even brainwashed your reflection.
Hold your tongue, Bishop.
No, you are in way deeper than that.
So
There's not enough
boring!
She's too good for you, and she's gonna see right through that mask you put on. You may begin the night as this saint, paladin. But the man in you will want that wench in his bed, just as any red-blooded man would.
Do not speak of her that way.
Don't try and play martyr with me. She's more than capable of defending her own honor. She doesn't need you or anyone else to jump in front of her enemy's arrows. Your lust
Calling me princess in face,
blinds
but
you
wench
to that
behind my
fact,
back is
and
just
to the
so
fact that she's
hypocrite.
too much woman
I
for
totally
you to
do
handle.
need someone to protect me
Now,
and
she
my
wants a
honor
man who's
around
not
him.
afraid
10
of
points
making
to
the hard
Casavir.
decisions, and who will do what must be done. She wants a man who's a sight more honest than anyone who wears a temple's cloak on their shoulder.
Never mind. 50
and
points
carries
to
himself like
Casavir.
some kind of standard for others to look up to. The afternoon is waning, guest.
I didn't really care about the rest of this. There was so much wrong about this conversation, I went literally speechless for a while. Still not sure where to even begin with this. Shortly, here. And this is the man we're supposed to develop feelings for. Really? God damn it. I need some sleep and a drink.
It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
What's this beauty I see?
This mod won't let me chill, will it?
Be wise, friend. That is the Dragonborn. Look away. Drink your ale, friend.
I've got an angry dragon. Right here she can put down. Call her for help.
Help yourself, Eric, and keep your mouth shut.
Lass,
I'm trying my damnedest here to not misunderstand this, but damn.
Maybe
Really?
help you find your way.
Oh, hells.
Oh, that sheet smells like morning dew. Her
I'm not
taste
misunderstanding this,
sweet.
am I?
Be careful, or all you will smell is your blood on her sword and the taste of death on your tongue.
Such bodacious curves.
Nothing said here is right. Even this woman is saying to keep away not because it's inappropriate, but because I might be potentially dangerous.
Please forgive my friend, for he has enjoyed several ale tonight. Please, sit down. I will get a plate for you.
You see, Rose, she
Need something?
good time to.
Need something?
Shut up!
I'm so done with this.
I can drink to that.
Skyrim, sky
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Ah, this ale's flat as a Hargraven's tit.
Wait, what?
gift of the voice ushered in a new age. And if outwinds eternal, then eternity's done. For his story
Hey, you good there?
is over.
I feel
and the
great.
dragon
You alright?
I could use a joke if you have one.
Aye? Never touch a mannequin's boobs. Why do you ask? Well, it would give you splinters, wouldn't it? Get it? Wouldn't it?
Oh my god, this is terrible. But over time, I start feeling better. More relaxed and ready to keep going. Only problem was I hadn't a single reason to leave coziness of this place. Kaidan, you got any? No? Oh, that's what I thought.
The food here is absolute shite.
Bloody hell, Kaidan.
Well, what would you rather me say?
Then I'll leave. Simple as that.
Bishop went to being most skeeverish person in Tamriel.
No. Is there a problem with that? Give me one good reason why I should bother staying now. Obviously, you'd rather have him follow you around like a lost puppy.
Loyalty?
You can forget about it. I would never travel with that damn paladin.
Patience?
So what will it be? Do you want him or me?
Sacrifice in the name of love or whatever?
You overestimate your charms, princess. Don't fret, I'm not about to wilt without you. There are plenty of others who are more game than you'll ever be.
If to him I'm just a wench, no wonder he is like that. Understandable.
And why do you want me hanging around anyway? I may as well start heading back now.
I had only one option in this dialogue here, but there's no way I'm saying that. I have a right to stay silent, as anything I say may be used against me.
I am pleased to hear you're giving it some thought. You are most kind. I am skilled in the art of battle and of healing. I've traveled a very long distance to get to Skyrim. I have met others along the way that have made a similar journey.
He's not completely open, but then we just met him.
Our paths have crossed a few times.
Solitude doesn't agree with me. Too much pomp and politics.
And he seems friendly enough to actually tell more later.
To be honest, he is nothing but a savage wolf, looking for its next victim. As a paladin, I have sworn to protect the innocent and bring justice when evil has taken hold. I defend the world from people like him.
You know you can afford a septim or two.
Actually, that brings up a question I wanted to ask you, and away from prying ears.
And we didn't move an inch before going to that question.
Coin or two for a veteran?
I know we've just met, my lady, but I wanted to request your presence to attend the Grand Crystal Ball with me at the Blue Palace here in Solitude. I am new to these lands, and I am unfamiliar with the customs of Skyrim, and I was hoping you could offer me some guidance. I've been asked to attend as a guest of honor, and I was hoping that you would join me. If you choose to decline, I understand.
No pressure. A freedom of choice. I like this.
Casavir found a date, that lonesome bachelor who was always so close, but so far, whose still blue eyes had such a soul. And
Or they'd better be. It would almost make it worth the 2,000 gold entrance fee. I know it's to keep out the common rabble, but this is a shakedown.
This ball gives me some serious prom flashbacks. Cringe, with potential to become even more cringe. And if you refuse, your parents will think you're weird and they already got you the suit. This guy needs a date. And from what I hear, his previous partner was a disaster. We're actually saving this guy by accepting his invitation. Also, I would want to go anyway. Whatever there is would probably win being around Bishop for the rest of the night.
All this standing around is rubbish. We should be taken to fight with the Stormcloaks.
You delight me, my lady. I am overjoyed that you have accepted my request. Might I suggest getting a ball gown? There is an excellent shop here in Solitude called The Jewel. They have an excellent collection of gowns that might interest you. I have already informed the owner of the shop that I will compensate her for anything you wish to purchase.
I'm slightly concerned how he anticipated our answer and informed the owner of the shop though. Magic? Telepathy? Time travel?
When you get your gown and are ready, come speak to me, and I will escort you to the Grand Crystal Ball, my fair lady.
Okay, and shopping we go.
Hi. Wish to question me about the Dragonborn, don't you? You must really be getting knotted up if you're taking the time.
We have bigger concerns here though.
I need to speak with
I
you.
wished not at all to speak with him, though. I think I was conditioned to that by now, as every convo being condescending and rude.
If I hear a god say one more time that someone stole your sweet roll, I'm going to jam an arrow up their arse.
Oh, bloody hell, Kaidan. What a legend. Anyway, shortly, every conversation with Bishop was generally him just being salty and jealous.
Now, ladyship. If I was jealous, he wouldn't be breathing.
And that's all we get here. Plus 100 points to Casavir? Question mark? At this point, I forgot all that was said by him, and seeing this place just activated something in my gamer brain. Loot! So obviously, by the oldest Skyrim tradition, I started shoving all of it in my face when I was given a chance. Until I remembered. I totally forgot that this wasn't just loot I happened to come across, but a presumed shop that would bill every single item from Casavir later. Luckily, we'd reload anyway because of another bug and had a chance to make a better choice in this way around.
Are you... I had it designed specifically in the likeness of the Blue Palace. My own
Don't trust
rendition.
in any Skyrim god.
Would you like
They
to
will
browse
protect you
my
from
finest
nothing.
dress collection? Everything you desire will be given to you. Compliments of Casavir.
At this point, I didn't want to pick up anything to cause Casavir any debt. It's just one night party. It's just not worth it. And then we get this random compliment from Bishop that is the best thing he ever said to us. Maybe the best thing he ever will.
You're the all-powerful Dragonborn, and the most beautiful woman alive. What's it like living a
Also,
legend straight out
can
of
we
a bard's
take a
dreams?
moment to talk about the dresses? There's only two things I hate about any dress. Cleavage and padding. Talk over. Thank you. I had to pick one though for the quest progression, so here goes nothing.
That is a fine choice. You look stunning, marvelous, absolutely breathtaking. You have all
What do you need?
fallen.
Yes?
This wedding dress feels icky. I know you can marry Bishop, not sure if Casavir, and I'm pretty sure you're not expected to wear wedding dress at the ball, so you make Casavir still pay for the dress to marry another dude? I'm praying that I'm just overthinking this. Since this version of the playthrough isn't my first, I know that pompous skirt of a dress isn't necessary, so we change it. I still want to look grandly though, so I change into whatever fancy I happen to find in my inventory. I certainly could do better, but at that point I didn't really care anymore. I think it's just as fine, and we even get complimented all the same.
Wow, you look amazing.
Wow, second nice thing from Bishop today. It's almost as if he's not an asshole. Huh.
He'll like it, and he'll hate it, because looking at you will make his blood boil, and it's not something he's comfortable with.
No way I'm saying that. I don't even care. I think Kaidan approves my outfit.
That's a good look on you.
And he's not even part of this mod.
You look stunning this evening. I fear to gaze at you, that I may lose myself.
I chose the footage from both cuts, so never mind the dress. Not relevant. And this is where the real fun begins. He's just not here. Maybe by the will of divines that Casavir has his oaths to, or by the curse of my buggy gameplay, I couldn't make Casavir enter the palace with me. I went back and forth, restarted quest, tried to teleport him with console commands to no avail. I looked up solutions in the net and even deactivated every, even potentially conflicting mod to no avail again.
You go, Lizzie, my lizard lady. You make the ranger boy work for those eggs. You make him dance.
Cringe.
Mingle and mingle well, Dragonborn. What you see tonight is not simply a dance.
As I walked past other guests, I heard nightmarish a cappella of their lines over and over again.
You have probably about 50 enemies.
And I had to listen through everything in this video and more for a few more dozens of times too while editing this. I started to believe that maybe Casavir intentionally didn't want to go to save me from the hell. I feel like shit.
You look tired.
So now the Dragonborn is
Before that though, I must have made sure I wasn't just simply a silly woman and not tried the obvious hint other guests kept telling me about my powers. I did that a couple more times, just to make sure. After a while, I started to get really frustrated and just explored the hall. This was my pick for the most interesting guest.
What are you looking at me like that for? This party needs more wine. Most of it's got to be directed to me.
Ironic comment about dresses too. Not sexist or anything.
Is it just me, or did most of the women go overboard on the padding this year? Damn women and their fashion trends.
And how can I not mention the Thalmor aura in the floor? Legends say if you fall all the way down, you get to the Somerset Isles, or prison. This cut has audio issues, so you must read the subtitles for this one. Still, too worthy to left out even without a voice. I just stand me already.
Did you want to talk about it?
Sure. What's up?
I'm doing alright. More concerned about you, to be honest.
I feel like shit.
I'm sorry to hear it. What has you troubled?
Well, there were two guys literally fighting over who gets to dance with me at this ball, and now I'm here and there's no one to dance with. In a sense, they both ghosted me. I shouldn't have joked about them preferring each other, should I?
And that's their loss, and their shortcoming. I know and love the fire within you.
Really?
You never feel like you have to dim that spark to meet someone else's expectations.
But...
You are brilliant. You are dedicated, and I have faith that you will succeed at anything you set your mind to.
Wait, where are you going? Wait! I wasn't that serious about it. This is embarrassing.
I learned that from you. Some shit too.
Fine. Is this what you want?
Hell yeah.
Online, I saw many ways in which this ball was ruined. Initially scandals, at worst, massacres. Feels like no matter what, you're bound to get very angry at some point.
I know sometimes it can be easier to be angry than to feel hurt or afraid, but don't let it eat away at you.
Then how about we ruin it with the worst dancing in the world?
Ah, nice one! There's an old saying, life is an adventure. I didn't know it would be quite so literal until I met you. Hell yeah!
And so we danced. Terribly. And partied. Had fun. Until we got completely tired and out of breath, having to escape to a balcony to catch a breath.
I shouldn't have had that last deal.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
Feels like it's the first time I've been able to relax all day.
I know, right? It's been insane lately.
I think so too. Seems we don't often get a chance to let our guard down. It's not an easy life. I wouldn't trade it though.
I don't know what I would do without you, honestly. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad we're friends.
Can I ask you something?
Ask away.
You were going to tell me who you had your sights on, romantically.
Ah, it's nothing. Don't you ever mind that.
Come on! Do I know her? Would I be able to guess?
Maybe. Maybe not.
I just wish I could support you too.
It warms my heart to know it, friend.
Well, enough of stupid fantasies. Back to the quest and problems at hand. Editing took a while though, for this part, so you better enjoy it. I had to finish the quest via console commands. I really hoped to get to know Casavir though. I wished to personally witness the scene of him debating Bishop on the dance floor, and perhaps even letting him join the Akaviri gang. All that made ending all the more bitter. Like putting down an unsaved skill-based game that froze. You know you can't save it anymore. And you also know that you can replay everything, but it still hurts. This isn't the end though. Apparently, you can still talk with Casavir after the quest. I don't know for how long he will stay there before continuing his journey. This might be our last chance. We're closing in on what I think is the most interesting part of the quest. I like to call it the Casavir dilemma. We get to make an important choice, and it all starts with one special phrase. And here we find both of our missing characters. Not that they were particularly missed. Whatever.
What is it?
My lady, I inquire you for a personal question.
We talk with Casavir, and he drops this.
You look so beautiful. For once in my life, I find myself regretting ever taking my vow.
Why is this important? It's just a compliment, right? No, it's not. This person, a man of God, is opening up to you about questioning his whole life dedication. In paladin terms, this confession is stronger than any love squabbles you would see in movies. Now, we're not responsible for being born, we're not at fault for other people's personal feelings towards us, and certainly not for other people's personal choices. What happens here, though, is that Casavir tells us ever so subtle that he might be considering potentially changing his whole life for us, if it ever came to that. He's offering to take a leap of faith together, and is inquiring if we'd be there to catch him if he decided to jump down from his high moral stance. His doubt isn't our responsibility. but our actions from now on are. After this, if we will flirt with Casavir, or tease him, or confess having feelings for him, we consciously letting him know that we accept him and are ready for him to make the final move. We don't know him yet, though, well enough to make that choice. And it's not like game is giving it to us, so there is no way we can accept this responsibility for his sake too. He'd lose his job, honor, calling, and faith. He'd have to start his whole life over. And if it didn't work out in the end, we'd be potentially ruining his life. We ain't doing that.
Then maybe I could sweep you off your feet, like that brute of a companion you have.
Again, I feel like it would be the other way around. He'd be risking everything. We, not so much. If he'd resign from his vows on his own, bought a wedding ring or condoms and would try to put the blame on us in order to make us do something, pretty much like Bishop did in the tower when he stole the kiss because he made the decision to trust us and felt entitled to it. We should be able to totally decline that and shouldn't feel even slightly guilty for it. Instead, Casavir is looking for consent, which is a rare sight in this mod, and I want all the best for him for that.
My life has its burdens, my lady, but becoming a paladin was one that I knew was the right path. Though I do find myself longing another life at times.
Well, in that case, we should just leave him to his own decision-making and maybe talk later when he's more certain about his life choices.
But the evening is still young and does not need to be dampened by my regrets. Farewell, until our next meeting, my lady. Thank you for the wonderful evening. We must do it again in the future.
Well, that was awkward, considering the circumstances. In the aftermath of this video, I wish to talk about what was supposed to happen in this episode. I didn't experience this quest the way it was intended, and after finding out online how it was intended, I'm not sure how I would feel if I did. I know this quest, this mod, and this game ain't that deep. My overthinking is my own curse and blessing, and I know it. Originally, we were supposed to dance with Casavir, and Bishop would barge in and steal the dance right in front of the paladin. They would argue, you could listen, and then have a dialogue with both of them. It's just drama. And despite all the rough words, the outcome would be that you would leave Casavir, rejoin with Bishop, and swallowed any excuse he'd give you for interrupting your evening. In fact, we'd have to admire his bravery and effort in doing so. Not sure I would be any less frustrated than I was with this outcome. Still, wondering if Casavir's divines actually just ruined the ball to save us here. We were saved from quite some humiliation, as I totally would not be okay with saying all the things that I would need to in order to progress in this original scenario. So I consider this turn of events actually lucky. All in all, these adventures are not over. We still have people to meet and things to do, although I feel I might face the dead end sooner than later, as I only want to choose the things that I am comfortable with and that fit my chosen playstyle. I guess we'll see that in the next episode. See you around.